Right, so now spiky balls and the bit that I think they're just absolutely brilliant for, which is buttocks. So any lower limb problems, be that problems around the calf, the ankle, the foot, the knee, or your regular sort of sciaticas, buttock pain, and low back pain, give this a go, because there's usually so much trapped around the hips, and these can just really help you get into them. I haven't found another way, like with the foam rollers or anything, where you can really get into these glutes like this. So the way we need to do them, it's fairly simple. You want to be well supported in the rest of your body, so it's worth getting yourself just either rolled up towels or pillows that you can support your head with, so you're nice and comfortable. So then you get yourself lying in this lying position, and if you use the pillows underneath the skull rather than letting it touch the back of the neck and the shoulders, then you'll get a bit more traction through the spine, which is just always worth trying to achieve when you're trying to open stuff out. So then we take our little pair of spiky beauties, lift up into a bridge position, and then just lower down onto them. So what we're looking for here is just some symmetry to begin with. So try to put the balls in the same zone on each cheek, if you will. And then all you've really got to do is just let yourself give into these. So start to just do a little bit of wriggling from side to side. So just keeping the contact of those spikes within a ball-shaped area. You can also do movement through the legs. So you could extend the leg, you could bring it up into a hug, you could go into a glute stretch, so like a reclining pigeon stretch. You could take it into the shoelace stretch. I mean, you can literally just move these hips. You go to a butterfly. You can do any kind of movements with it. You could perform some Pilates exercises. So you could take some scissor movements and just get the body moving with the acupressure points, essentially, that the ball is giving you. So we can work on any movement of the hip whilst there. Now when you've done, been there for a good 10-15 seconds, maybe a maximum of about 30 seconds, and you can do some rolling as well on each cheek, then you just move them to another location. Now generally, no matter what size you are, there's a reasonable amount of space around the buttocks to work through. So you're just going to strategically work your way around. Sometimes it's worth going in a kind of concentric circle, working towards the centre. Other times you might start in the centre and then work eccentrically and come outwards. There's some good bits to target kind of up towards the top end of the pelvis, just before it joins into the lower back. I guess you could sort of almost come into the lower back, but as you get to the bony bits, you're going to get less benefit from it, because you can't quite go into the tissue. So you'll find it's quite natural. You just kind of wander around. It's really worth paying attention to slightly wider the hips. So as I bring the gap between those balls further apart, you'll find yourself kind of swinging a little bit further from one side to the other side. But this is really nice as well for getting into the sides of those hips. You might find yourself having to kind of actually come off one and just really circle around on one hip and then just swap over to the other side. So that's fine to do. It's kind of a whatever works here. So you might work your way around to the outsides of those hips, gradually bringing it down towards the lower edge of where the buttock creases are. Just feeling your way around, and the best bits just in these lovely meaty bits where you can get really nice and deep. So just side to side, like hula Hawaiian dancing moves, and circling work really well around the buttocks when you're doing that myofascial release there. As I say, with any combination of leg movements as well. But that's really worth just spending maybe 5 minutes. Could be every day, every other day, or certainly a few times a week, if you do have fairly chronic, ongoing aches and pains that are affecting from kind of waist down, I guess. So That's my favourite place to stick the balls. Most people quite enjoy going through that. So in the next video, what we'll do is we'll go through maybe using these balls going down the spine and seeing how you go on with that.